Hello and welcome to the channel. Be sure to share, like, and comment down below. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for daily videos on news and politics. GOP House Intel member drops bomb on Judge Jeanine Pyro. You're going to hear a lot more about Bill Priestap. Representative Chris Stewart joined Judge Jeanine Pyro on Saturday night to discuss the latest developments from the Congressional Deep State investigation. Stewart sits on the House Intelligence Committee and told Judge Jeanine he did not want to make any headlines, but then he dropped this bomb.
Democrats knew the memo would require heavy redactions. Here with reaction to this and much more, Republican Congressman Chris Stewart, who is a member of the House Intelligence Committee. All right, Congressman, welcome to Justice. It's nice to have you on tonight. I imagine that you've had a very interesting year or so on that committee.
Oh, my gosh. It's interesting is a great way to describe it.
Okay, let me ask you this. So all the Republicans vote not just for a release of their memo, their summary of what they saw in the classified documents, but all the Republicans voted for the Democrats' memo to be released. Now, none of the Democrats voted for the Republican memo to be released. You find something political about that, or partisan?
Well, yes, but believe me, that's the least of the partisan things that we've seen and heard from this committee. Oh my gosh, think about where they are. I mean, here you have the Republicans who put forward our memo, and it's devastating. And it's just true. I mean, it's irrefutable. Hillary Clinton hired Fusion GPS, who then used a foreign agent to create this dossier that everyone now knows is just political garbage, and the FBI hid that fact from the FISA court. And the Democrats and the committee, and generally, for some reason, which I genuinely don't understand, they don't want people to know that. But again, it's irrefutable. So they look at our memo and they say, how do we change the story? And, you know, I'll give them credit. It was very clever. When I started to read their memo, I mean, a couple of paragraphs down, I go, that's going to have to be redacted. This is going to have to be redacted. And they're going to have the memo redacted, and then they'll claim, well, we could tell our story. We could tell the truth, but the president pulled it all out, and he's not letting us tell the American people. And as I said, it's very clever, but it doesn't change the facts. And I think the president was right when he said, send it back to the committee and you guys fix it. Then I'll release it.
Look, if the Republicans went to the trouble of making sure that there were no sources or methods revealed, and therefore there was no problem other than DOJ and FBI saying, don't, the sky's going to fall, and Christopher Wray saying, don't put their names in it. You want to tell me why you couldn't put their names in it?
Yeah.
Who was Christopher Wray defending other than his own FBI guys? All right, so most of whom, you know, are leaving or have been asked to leave. I mean, that's what's so crazy about this. Christopher Wray needs to be asked, what name did you want to be not revealed here? Peter Strzok, McCabe, you know, the people that are clearly in trouble. And by the way, have you heard the name Bill Priestap in the FBI, who's the head of counterintelligence and Strzok's boss?
Yeah, we've heard that name, and you're going to hear more of that name. I want to go back, though, to something you said.
No, I want to go back to Priestap, but you go back first. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so look, I mean, some members of the FBI and Department of Justice were criticizing this memo and refusing to, saying we shouldn't release it when they had not yet seen it.
Right.
They had no idea what was in it, and they were condemning the memo and saying we were reckless for releasing it, and they had not seen it. And look, when we wrote this memo, we were very, very careful.
Well, obviously,
we knew we wanted to release it.
Congressman, look, we saw it. There was nothing in there that brought this guy down or that revealed a source or a method. But I want to go back to Priestap, and I want my audience to remember this name, Bill Priestap. And I'll tell you why I'm asking. I don't like that I haven't heard of him. We've heard of the whole hierarchy, everybody on that 7th floor. And there's one guy we don't hear about, and that's Priestap. Comey threw him under the bus and said that this guy, who was Strzok's boss, told Comey not to advise Congress of certain things. And the fact that we haven't heard from Priestap tells me he's cooperating with someone, or what?
Well, look, I'm going to be careful on this.
I know you are.
I'm not sure what we can say on this. And believe me, I don't want to be the headline of Chris Stewart reveals a bunch of sensitive or classified information.
That's okay. It's good for the show. Go ahead.
Well, and that's what, of course, some people would hope that we would do. But look, there's this thing that Director Comey surrounded himself with, and I'm going to say this, and I say it carefully, but it's true. He surrounded himself with political, progressive
Hacks.
Progressive hacks. That's exactly right. And they don't reflect the entity of the Department of Justice or the FBI. The FBI is by nature kind of center, maybe center right. These guys aren't like your typical FBI agent, and it wasn't just by chance that happened. Very clearly, they were selected by the director.
Congressman, how does someone go from the Hillary campaign investigation to the Trump investigation onto Mueller's team? I mean, this was a whole chorus of individuals, and we don't want them right or left or anything. We want them to look at the law, to be who they are, and let's make one thing clear. Everybody in the FBI, for the most part, is doing their job as well they should and as we appreciate. Anyway, Congressman Chris Stewart, thanks for being with us.
Could I make one comment on that real quickly?
Real fast.
Look, I've been contacted by FBI agents. They're saying, thank you for doing this. We want you to protect the integrity of the agency.
Good. And I've been contacted by them as well. Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you, Judge.
And Congressman Louis Gohmert, still on deck tonight and next. The FBI under fire from the president and Republicans. So is there real cause for an investigation?
This is starting to get good. The deep state criminal network is slowly being exposed. Be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below and tell me how you feel about this report. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and let's make America great again. Peace.